Hi, friends. Welcome to Enlightened World Network. I'm Dr. Ruth Anderson here with my beautiful soul sister, Teri Angel. We're here to provide a meditation a day, every day this year. This is actually our third year of doing this. And we're glad you're here, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching after the fact. So on Sundays, we do what was really just a silent meditation. We ask you to meditate along with us. Teri plays some beautiful music just to get everybody sort of quieted down and in the mode of meditation. Teri and I go behind scenes. We meditate together. And after about 20 or 25 minutes, we come back on and we share with you the messages that Spirit had for us. And there's always something so interesting that we never could have seen coming. Teri Angel, good morning.
Good morning, Ruth. Good morning, everyone.
So let's go ahead and get started. So just make yourself comfortable and we'll see you in about 20, 25 minutes.
I just want to say something. So I have my screen blurred, but what's behind me, that big bright spot, is the outside world where it's beautiful here in Vermont. The leaves are falling off the tree right now. But look at this, what looks like a symbol there. It looks like an infinity sign, doesn't it?
Well, we've got the smoke from the incense in front of you.
The infinity sign behind me. Wow, this is going to be a powerful meditation. All right, start some music.
Okay, bye. Okay, Teri, are we back?
We are back.
Oh, but I can't hear you.
Oh.
There we go.
You hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
All right. Oh, welcome back, everyone.
I sort of don't even know where to start. That was fascinating. They're always fascinating. That one was really interesting. So I guess we'll just sort of dive in. So Teri and I, in spirit form, were together, and we saw, it was like stepping out into the black atmosphere, and all of a sudden there was all of this movement very quickly coming from our right to our left, and we were trying to figure out what it was. We knew we shouldn't get in the way of it. It was just coming very quickly. And then we got the message that it was things lining up to get in the right place because something big was going to happen. And then we got the insight that it was the 500,000 earth angels that were getting into place for something to happen. And Teri, why don't you talk about the huge clasp of energy? We heard the words second coming of Christ, which of course brought in lots of questions that we had as far as, what have you heard? What have you read? What does this mean? Is this scary? Is this exciting? Are there many different ideas of what this means? So, all of this was going on at the same time.
Yeah, it was. And many people have different ideas about what that means. I feel it's a raising consciousness that we're all going to be so lifted and go into this beautiful energy of peace and love and joy, that it's a different vibration. It's something that is a conscious shift of the energy. And it's been happening. We've seen a lot more open talks and discussions about what consciousness is and mindfulness and more about peace, love, and joy. But this feels huge. This feels like there's some event that's going to shake our world. And Ruth had seen it almost like an earthquake of energy where the whole world feels it. And I feel that too. I feel there's going to be that shakeup. And I was sharing with her, we just did a retreat this past week, and we had this grid of gemstones that was placed right in the middle of our circle. And someone had accidentally stepped into the grid. And so there was kind of a little bit of a scattering, but there definitely was a shakeup of the energy of the grid. And everybody felt the shift. We all felt it. Everybody spoke about that difference. And even the angels, it was an angel circle, they talked about the shift in energy. So there was an actual event that created a shift, and it feels like there's going to be an actual event, and we can call it, we can put a name to it, we can call it whatever, but it's going to be that raising of the consciousness of us all. And that's what I got, the message that I heard loud and clear, is the raising of consciousness. And we talked about that it's available to everyone, and we heard those who have eyes to see will see, those who have ears to hear will hear.
Mm-hmm. And we saw Divine Mother was there, the archangels were there with us, and everybody was sort of dressed in their finery, like this, it's an event. And we saw Christ walk in, and he was also dressed for the event. And it was a blessing. It was actually a global blessing, and goosebumps as I'm saying that. And what we saw was, for those who, as Teri said, have eyes to see and ears to hear, we heard the words, those who will see the light will receive life. And what we saw, we talk here on Enlightened World Network a lot about how everybody has the spark of the divine in them, that we were made in the likeness of the creator, and we all have the spark of the divine. Whether we choose to see that or accept it or acknowledge it in anybody else is another issue, but we see that. And what we saw was that with this global blessing that was happening, that flame was like being revitalized, and like there was a gold flame and a white flame in each of us that are open to this kind of thing. And it really was sort of like supercharging, if you will, the divine flame in us. And we both were feeling like we wanted more of this feeling. Like we didn't want the meditation to end. We just wanted to stay in that feeling. What we really did see, when we were talking about the second coming and what did that mean? And in this instance, we were seeing that the second coming is really a personal event, a personal cataclysmic event, if you will, for those that are into and believing in the Christ consciousness. We heard the darkness will not overtake the light. The light cannot be dimmed. And I think they're talking about the divine light within us. And we heard the light is always within you. Yeah, I don't know, Teri, what else do you want to add to that?
That it is for everyone. And as we were, Ruth felt pushed back, and I just felt that we were taking those steps backwards to allow everybody closer. And so it's for all. It's not one person that's going to see it and enjoy it. It's for all of us to experience together.
Right.
So it's universal, the world consciousness. That's what I feel. It's for the whole world. And that's always been my desire is, I have found such a peace inside and such a just a comfort with who I am and why I'm here. And I say a lot of times, I wish everybody in the world could have this feeling of peace, this feeling of joy inside, and just love, just pure love for life. And I think that's what it's coming to. I really do feel like this shift in energy is so all of us can experience together the joy. The angels say we're only here for a minute. And what are we doing with that minute? Are we enjoying it? Are we living it to its fullest, or are we spending it full of worry and grief and, concern about things? But when you let go of everything, and I have totally done that, when you let go of everything physically and emotionally and mentally, you just have to release it, keep releasing it. You find the joy. And I think that's what this consciousness is coming to. It's coming to all of us wanting that peace inside, wanting to just live in harmony and not be at conflict with each other, not being worried about who's doing what to who, but more focus on staying in the now and enjoying that present moment that we're in.
And Teri, I think a big piece of that, at least for me, is that knowingness that I am with the divine, that, that there isn't a God out there somewhere, that there's a God in me and that same God in you. Yeah. That's, to me, that's where the peace and the comfort lies. Yeah. So friends, thank you so much for being here with us today, whether it's with us or after the fact, but just know that That light, that spark of the divine is always within you. No one or nothing else can dim that. And this is all just a personal blessing for each one of us who has the eyes to see and the ears to hear. So take good care. God bless. And we'll see you soon. Bye now.